Hello! In today's video, we are going to see how to crochet this cute little octopus. You can use this as a last minute birthday gift or a return gift. Kids will just love this plushie. And let's get into the video. For this project, I'm going to use a chunky yarn. The brand name is Blanky. I got it from Pradhan Embroidery. It's an online shop in India. And I'm using a 7mm hook. I'm going to start with a slip knot. That is how you do a slip knot. And then I'm going to chain 2. Chain 1 and chain 2. So now second chain from the hook, I'm going to insert the hook and do a single crochet. Now this chain will serve as my magic ring. That is how you do a single crochet. You insert it. I'm going to have 8 such single crochets into that chain. Insert into the chain, grab the yarn, and then you'll have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both the loops. So this way I'll keep continuing for 8 such single crochets into the magic ring or the first chain that we did. So what we did so far is chain 2, and then into the first chain I'm treating it as a magic ring, and I've completed 8 such single crochets, and I'm just pulling that tail so that there is no hole in the middle, and now it is a perfect circle. Now round 1 is over. Moving on to the second round. So here I'm going to increase. We started off with 8 single crochets. Now in one stitch I'm going to have 2 single crochets, which means in the end I will have 16 single crochets. So I'm doing an increase here. So each stitch will have 2 single crochets. By the end of round 2, when you count the stitches, you will have 16 single crochets. You can use a stitch marker so that you keep a tab of the beginning of the row, or you can also count the rows like how I'm doing. 16 rows, 16 stitches, single crochets. Once you come to the last 16th single crochet, you will know that you have completed that round 2. Now for round 3, what you're going to do is continue with the single crochet. So for round 3, what I'm going to do is 1 single crochet in 1 stitch. So just note that I have not done any slip stitch or I have not done any chain 1. I've just continued for row 3 with 1 single crochet in 1 chain, which means I have 16 single crochets by the end of round 3. So I'm not increasing or decreasing, I'm just continuing. So round 1 had 8 single crochets, round 2 had 16, where I actually increased. Round 3, 16 once again, because I'm doing 1 single crochet in 1 row. So for row 4 again, you have to keep having 1 single crochet in 1 stitch. So row 3 and row 4 will again have only 16 single crochets. Now I'm going to show you for the next round how I am decreasing. So we had been having 16 single crochets all this while. Now I'm going to make it 8. How am I going to make it 8? I'm going to decrease. That is how you decrease. That is the procedure to decrease. So you will insert into the back loop, and then again the adjacent stitch back loop, only the back loop. If you see, I'm showing it to you here. It is only the back loop, not the full chain. So you're going to insert into the back loop and then pull through the 2 loops and then do a single crochet as usual. So that is how you do an invisible decrease. So by the end of this row, you will have only 8 stitches because you have decreased 1 single crochet in 2 stitches. So that is how my octopus looks. And I'm going to flip the work, and the tail will go inside, and I will secure that in the end. Now I'm going to move on to the next row, that is the tentacles. For tentacles, I'm going to have chain 2, and in the first chain, I'm going to insert the hook, do a slip stitch. That is how you do a slip stitch. And then move to the next stitch and do a slip stitch once again. I'll show you. Since the focus is not good, I'll show you in one of those tentacles clearly. Okay, now how do you move on to the next stitch? Go to the next stitch and then do a slip stitch like that. So you chain 2, come to the first chain and do a slip stitch. After you do the slip stitch, you move on to the next stitch like that. And then you do a slip stitch. Here you should note that it is the front loop, not the back loop this time. It's the front loop. And this is how my tentacle looks like. And you will have 8 tentacles since you had 8 stitches. And once you reach the 8th tentacle, you can just go to the next stitch and do a slip stitch. And now you can move on to the next row. So we start from the beginning of the tentacle. That is where we are going to close this. But before that, what we are going to do is use a fiber stuff. So I'm going to just use this to push this inside. I'm going to stuff this with the fiber filling and use the crochet hook, the back of the crochet hook. That is how I do the filling. And now all I have to do is again decrease. So I go to the back loop of the beginning of the tentacle, that stitch, and I'm going to keep decreasing. I told you how to decrease. Grab the adjacent stitches and then do a single crochet. So I'm going to follow the same procedure. Grab the adjacent stitches and then do a single crochet until I run out of stitches, until the whole work is closed. I'm going to continue that, and when I run out of stitches, this is how it looks. I'm going to pull that tail and then see there is no more hole there. I'm going to cut it out, and now this tail has to be secured. How do I do that? I'll show you how to secure for any plushie. This is how you do so that it doesn't come out. So you grab your hook and from anywhere else just pull the yarn like that over there, and then you can do it once again from somewhere so that it is well secure. Now you can cut it out. That is how you secure the tail. Now our octopus is ready. Now all you have to do is have 2 eyes for the octopus. You can use a ready-made eyes for this, or you can also stitch it. If you don't have a ready-made eyes, I'll show you how you can stitch it. This is a black yarn. I'm going to use a needle. I got this in Pradhan embroidery. You can choose a place, a convenient place, as long as it looks like a nice for the octopus. Anywhere is fine. So 2 stitches apart, I'm going to keep stitching like that. Though it looks like a line, you have to make it look like a circle. How do you do that? Keep repeating this and bring the stitches together. Make it look like a circle. Like that. So just make them apart. Set them in a place where it will look like a circle. And that is how I completed the eyes. So if you don't have a ready-made eyes, I'm moving on to the next eyes now. You can do this. Keep continuing like that, and my octopus with the eyes is ready. So this is how I did the octopus. It's a very easy project, so if you like it, please do share and like, give a thumbs up, and then share it with your friends. Hope you like this tutorial. Thank you. Bye.